Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Today we'll start departmental account. This is almost similar to the branch accounts. Many people get confused, branch account, departmental account. No, both are different. I'll explain you very clearly. If you understand the basic class of today's departmental accounts, you can. Shall I share with you a small incident? When I was in BCom as a student, departmental accounts, departmental. So we used to say depart, separate, mental, separate. So we used to say mental accounts because need to remember a lots of things compared to other chapters. We used to feel somewhat different and difficult also. So we used to call mental accounts in BCom, and around 1990, I've completed my BCom. 91, but 1990 I studied. Anyhow, very easy chapter. This is departmental accounts. What is departmental account? Let me make you understand. Departmental account means if you are doing any business, one business. So with that one business, you have started doing another business also, second business, and also started third business. One by one, when you are getting success, you have started different businesses, but everything is under one roof. One roof. This is one place. Imagine. So this is one place. Under this roof, I have started three business. Here, suppose say garment business I have started, garments, and here steel, and here automobile, or otherwise you can say electronic goods. Three types of business I have started. Three business under one roof only. One roof. This is separate business. Garments are separate business. Steel is also separate business, and also electronics. Say first floor, second floor, third floor, like that different business are set under one roof. Now this we call it as a departments. Garments department, steel department, electronics department. These departments separately we wanted to maintain accounts. Department of garments. Suppose this is department A. This is department B, department C. For all A, B, C departments separately we wanted to open account. That is called as departmental account. Everything is under one roof, but we wanted to maintain separately departmental accounts. Why? Because to know the profits of only the garments business, how the garments business is going on, how much profit I am getting from this, what is the financial status of this business, and in the same way B, departmental B, how it is running. Let me know particular department wise performance. For that purpose, I am preparing departmental accounts. Okay, but everything is under one roof. Nowadays, if you see, there are many departmental stores combined into one big bazaar, one big department, one big mall. DMart you can take, big bazaar you can take. I think big bazaar is closed. I don't know. So DMart you can take. Like many such kind of stores are there. Smart Bazaar is there, Reliance. So this kind of thing, everything is under one roof, but they are not maintaining department wise. Everything is one organization only. But here we are talking about different departments. Okay, so this is departmental account. Separately we are going to prepare. Now what are the main important things to remember about the departmental account? Means one is business under one roof. Total business is under one roof only, as I said, and not separated geographically. Geographically at the same place. Same place, different departments are there. These are the main characteristics which you can say it's departmental accounts. Now coming to the departmental expenses. Department wise, you will find expenses for A department, B department, C department. These expenses are divided into two parts. One is direct expenses, indirect expenses. Direct expenses, you know, when we used to prepare final accounts, there we used to write direct expenses like wages, factory rent, factory insurance, what else, octroi, carriage inwards. These are direct expenses. We don't have problem with the direct expenses when we prepare the departmental accounts. No problem at all. Easily we can. So there is no problem at all. The problem or the important concept comes here: indirect expenses. What are the indirect expenses? Indirect expenses are paid through the office. So those kind of indirect expenses like salaries, transportation, carriage outwards, you can say carriage outwards, discount given, and also bad debts, advertisement, office rent, what else, insurance, office insurance, like indirect expenses, the expenses which are paid through the office, indirect expenses, the expenses paid through the company, through the manufacturing company, those are direct expenses. Now when it comes to indirect expenses, here two problems arises. One is that the expenses which can be allocated easily, and the expenses which are not allocated properly. Two things which can be allocated easily means, for example, salaries to department A. People who are working in department A, we have to pay the salary. It is very clear. Those who are working in department A, for them will pay the salary, and those salaries will be debited in the departmental account of A only. This is easily understood. But there are some expenses which cannot be easily allocated between A, B, C. Those expenses are very difficult, and also you must be very careful. If you know this allocation of expenses, departmental accounts are very easy. How do we allocate these expenses? Table is given. Before going to that, did you get direct expenses, indirect expenses? Some expenses can be allocated easily, some expenses cannot be allocated. So those expenses, how do we allocate? That we'll see through the table. Next one important thing, remember, distinction between branch and departmental accounts. What is the main difference? Branch accounts means geographically these branches are separated. One branch is in Hyderabad, one branch is in Mumbai, one branch is in Chennai, different places branches. But whereas if you see departmental accounts, geographically at one place only. Like as I said. And another important distinction is that branch accounts we prepare separately to know the profit of separate branch. Profit of Hyderabad branch, how much you got, Kolkata branch, how much you got, Chennai branch, how much you got, we prepare separately. Branches are totally different. Departmental accounts also we are preparing separately, like department A, B, but under one table only. Under one table we are preparing this departmental account. That's the main difference between the branch accounts and the department accounts. And also one more important transaction you must remember: interdepartmental transfers. Interdepartment transfers means from one department to another department you may be transferring something, maybe cash, maybe goods, maybe employees, anything it can be. Transferring from A to B. Example, A department to B department we are transferring. Whenever you are transferring something, who's receiving? B department is receiving. Who's transferring? Yeah, who's transferring? A. Now we'll have to pass one entry. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Same concept. Now B is receiving, B's account, department B's account to department A account. One transaction, one entry you have to remember for the interdepartmental transactions or transfers. Okay, hope you got understanding. Now let's talk about the allocation of the expenses. This allocation of expenses you can understand through a table. Very easily you can understand. Here, apportionment of departmental expenses. How do we allocate it? How we apportion the expenses? Different situations, different expenses we are taking. Serial number, expenses. These expenses basis. On what basis we are going to apportion the expenses? On what basis? The basis is here. For example, first one we are taking sales expenses. This is sales expenses. Related to sales, any kind of expenses like salesman salary, salesman commission, selling expenses, discount allowed, bad debts, provision for discount on debtors, etc. All these things are related to sales. Would you agree? Yes. Now, related to any kind of these expenses, we are going to apportion on the basis of sales of each department. How much sales happened in department A? Department B, like depending on the sales of department. Suppose in department A, sales are 2 lakh. So based on 2 lakh only we are going to allocate the expenses. And for B, only 1 lakh only. So this expense 2:1 ratio we are going to divide it. So that's about the sales expenses based on sales of each department. Sales expenses based on sales of each department. Able to remember? Second one, all expenses related to building. All expenses related to building. If it is related to building, what kind of expenses related to building? Rent, rates, taxes, heating, AC expenses, okay? AC expenses, insurance of building, etc. So all these things are related to building only. In such cases, how do we apportion the allocation? This is depends on the area or value of floors of spaces. Area or value of floor spaces. How much area is occupied? Department A. How many floors? We'll calculate that. According to that, we are going to apportion the expenses related to the building. Third one, electricity and lighting. Electricity lighting, that is depending on the unit points. How many units are used by each and every department? Most of the departments, they'll be having separate meter. If they are having separate meter, no doubt at all, we can allocate according to that. Or you can say unit consumed by each department. Separately we have how many units are consumed by each department, we'll allocate according to that only. Next, insurance on stock. Insurance on stock. If it is insurance on stock, so this will be allocated on basis of average stock carried. We'll take the average. Based on that, we'll allocate. Second one, insurance on plant and machinery. Insurance on plant and machinery. How do we calculate this insurance on plant and machinery? Value of plant and machinery. How much is the value of plant and machinery? According to that, we can calculate. Next one, group insurance premium. Group insurance. Insurance is for whom? Employees. But employees, we are giving group insurance. Suppose in our organization, suppose a department A, they are having 100 employees. For 100 employees, we wanted to go for group insurance. That is group insurance premium. How do we allocate that? So this depends on the direct wages. Department A, how many people are there? 100 employees there. How much wages they are having? Based on that, we'll be calculating this group insurance premium. Next, depreciation, renewals and repairs. Depreciation, renewals and repairs. This is related to the any fixed asset like building, furniture, okay, machinery, these kind of things. So how do we allocate the expenses? Means that depends on the value of assets in each department. How many assets are there in each department? According to that, we'll calculate the depreciation or repairs, or you can say renewals. So this is about depreciation, renewals and repairs. Next, canteen and labor welfare expenses. Canteen and labor welfare expenses. This depends on the number of employees. Department A, 100 employees are there. Department B, 50 only. Department C, 200 are there. Based on the number of employees, we are going to allocate these expenses because 100 employees only will allocate for 50 employees for 200 based on the number of employees. So canteen and labor welfare is based on the number of employees. Next one, works manager's salary. Works manager means most of the time for the entire department point of view. For A, B, C, for all the departments point of view, you may be appointing a works manager. What is his duty? He has to take care of all the departments. His works manager. It means his services are taken by A, B, C, all the departments. In any of such cases, allocation of expenses are time spent on each department. How much time he spent? Most of the time he is focusing on department A only. Out of 12 hours, 7 hours or 8 hours he's spending here only. So his salary, most of the salary goes to department A. Here he's spending very less time. Department C is not at all coming, then it is zero. Like how much time he spent on department wise, according to that will be apportioning the salary of the manager, works manager. Last one, carriage inward. Carriage inward means it is inter-department wise. So in such cases, purchase of each department. How much they have purchased? That purchased department or the purchased material only transferred from one department to another. That is why this carriage inwards always we focus on the purchase of each department. That's all. This table at any cost you have to remember. If you can remember, then only we can go for further problems. What is departmental account means? Simple. Department account means under one roof, different departments, different business are running in one place, geographically at the same place. But department wise, we'll be calculating the profit or loss. Here we are going to prepare mainly the trading account and profit and loss account. Same format. Final accounts we used to prepare same format, na? Debit side, opening stock, purchases, credit side, sales, closing stock. Apart from this, what do you write? Direct expenses on the debit side. Then you get the gross profit or gross loss. That will be transferred to the profit and loss account. Profit and loss account, what do you write? Debit side, all the indirect expenses. Credit side, any income is there. Then you'll be getting the net profit or net loss. Recollected? Okay, the same format. Next class we'll work out one problem. Stay connected, practice well, very easy. Trust me. So see you in the next class with a practical problem. Don't forget to share these videos and stay connected. Good luck. Take a screenshot.